Hi everybody. Welcome to the second installment of my live stream. I am glad you're all here. Tonight I'm going to change a few things up from last time. Last time I took psychic questions or medium questions in between and giving information, and it ran a little long. So tonight I want you to save your questions, and if I can get to them in the end, that's great. And if not, keep them, save them, because next week it's going to be mostly answering questions. I will next week talk about tools that I use and symbols, but for the most part I'll show you how those work. So I'll let you know. I'll do most of the questions in, I think it's 2 weeks from tonight. So tonight, hi Ashley. I'm going to talk about the difference between mediums, empaths, psychics, because we all kind of get mixed up. For the most part, I'll start with a medium. I'm a medium. I'm also psychic. I'm also an empath. A medium is the person who speaks with angels, spirits, guides, things like that. Basically, a medium is the go-between between the spiritual world and the earthly world. Hi, Hope. Holy haircut? Yep. Overzealous hairstylist. I'm working with it. So anyway, let me get back to this. A medium is somebody who speaks with the spirits. A psychic is somebody who uses ESP and communicates telepathically, which is mind-to-mind communication. A psychic does not use their other senses, their five senses. They literally get information through the mind. So a psychic is not necessarily a medium. A medium can be a psychic. So if you're talking to the spirits, you're a medium. If you're talking to the spirits and you're getting information through the mind using ESP, you're a psychic. So you can be both. You can't, if you're a medium. I hope that makes sense. So an empath is somebody who can walk into a room and picks up on the emotional energies of other people. So, for example, I will pick up in a reading somebody's medical issues, and I'll have a body part that hurts until I place it with a certain person or a certain spirit. An empath can walk in a room and pick up all sorts of energies from other people, and it's mostly emotional, so it can be really difficult for somebody to be an empath if they don't protect themselves. An intuitive, a mom. Women's intuition, a mom's intuition. An intuitive is somebody who gets flashes of information and they don't need proof. They just know it's right. My daughter, unfortunately, hates when I pick up the phone in the middle of the night and call her because I had a dream or a flash of a picture in a dream. And while I know it's not negative, it probably has a different meaning. The mom in me panics, so I have to call her, and she'll pick up the phone in the middle of the night and go, "I'm fine, Mom. Leave me alone," and hang up on me. That's fine. That's enough for me to go to sleep. So basically what you're looking at are those four types of readers. Now, what to expect in a reading? This can be kind of fun. I will say that you can expect almost anything based on the person doing the reading. The best thing for me to say is what not to expect. If you're ever in a reading and somebody claims to be 100% right, they're not. Nobody's 100% right. None of us are, whether we're a medium, whether we're the guy down the street who has no idea of his gifts. It's because we're human. So if they claim to be 100% right, it's a red flag. The other thing is, don't expect Skyping. We're not Skyping with heaven and the spirits. I love when people grill me because they think it's, I'm just on the phone talking with heaven. I've had people sit there and look at me, just go, "What's the color of my underwear? What did I have for breakfast 2 days ago? Where was I 3 months ago on the day of blah, blah, blah?" And I'll look at them and go, "Don't know, don't care." Because the spirits aren't trying to give that kind of a message. The spirits have to lower their vibration. And we as mediums have to hire our vibration so that we can meet in the middle. And it can be very difficult to hear everything they're saying. So they don't want to be grilled about the color of your underwear. They want to give the messages that you need to hear. So again, it's not Skype. The other thing is, sorry, I got a little sidetrack. What not to expect. Oh, definitely, this is probably the biggest red flag of all. I can't believe I had to look at that. If they are creating anxiety, readings are not supposed to be about anxiety. If they're creating that and they're creating a reason for you to return or depend on them, they're just trying to build business. They're not trying to bring you peace or closure. Actually, I have to be honest, closure is not my favorite word because I don't feel there is any such thing. I think it's just being at peace and having information, because the spirits can come visit at any time, often, and with consistency if they want to. But if I had a medium give me information that provided actually anxiety for several years. She told me my daughter would not live past 24. So up until the month after her 24th birthday, I didn't breathe. She's now 30, thankfully. And it's just not what we're meant to do. The spirits want to bring you peace and love. So if you have a medium bringing you anxiety and reasons to come back, it's a problem. If I never see you again after one reading, that's fine. That means you got what you needed. If you want to experience a different type of medium or anything like that, I'm happy to refer. If you want to come back because it's fun, great, come on back. So it's about what you need and what the spirits want you to hear. So how do you participate? Well, the best thing is to be a healthy, open-minded skeptic. I love skeptics. Hi, Ashley, anytime. A hopeless or an open-minded, healthy skeptic is somebody who's going to say, okay, let's see what's going on here. I'll be cautious and look for some red flags, but I'm open-minded. And then listen, ask questions. Look for the red flags, but look for something that they said that they haven't, that they couldn't know. For example, if someone says, your grandma baked you cookies. Well, most grandmas bake cookies. That's okay. I'm not buying it. But if she says, your grandmother made these weird cookies, pecan pie cookies. Well, that's not something that every grandma makes. It can be that small. It can be, very simple. It could be a memory that a spirit wants you to remember that the medium couldn't have possibly known. Those are the kinds of things you're looking for. The other way to participate is not to be so skeptical that you can't hear what's being said. I call this the poker face skeptic. This happens quite a bit where they sit and they go, okay. Maybe. You tell me. Okay? What's happening there is you're so busy being skeptical, you're not hearing what's being said. So participate. Be involved. And what I mean by participating and asking questions, but also give feedback. Don't give too much feedback. Yes or no is fine. And don't give your life story. Just say yes or no if a medium asks you a question. A good medium won't fit a round or square peg in a round hole. If they're talking about a grandparent, they're not going to say it's your cousin twice removed that's a 3-year-old. They're not going to make it fit. It has to be exactly what they're seeing. So those are some of the things you can do. A couple other things. If you want to find a good medium, ask your friends. If you are worried they might think you're crazy, which I've been worried about that myself at a time or two, ask look online. Go to some of the spiritual bookstores. My favorite in town is Full Moon. All those bookstores have mediums that work for them and that have been there for a very long time. So you want people who are experienced, that the bookstore trusts, the owners or the workers there. Ask them. If you aren't sure what you need, go to psychic fairs. You can look up spiritual psychic fairs or medium fairs or any kind of fair like that. And the good thing about those is they're $1 a minute generally. So if you get to see somebody and you're sitting there for 3 minutes and you're thinking, yeah, Grandma baked cookies and I'm going to meet Mr. Tall, Dark, and Handsome. You could have said that yourself. It's okay. You waste 3 minutes, $3. No problem. On to the next. If you want to try runes, or you want somebody to read your tarot cards or angel cards, or see a psychic versus a medium, you can go around from reader to reader. If you find one you like, get a business card, stay longer. Those are great ways to meet people. Trying to think if there's anything else that I have missed. Oh, can't believe I forgot this one too. Don't expect grandiose. Hi, Amber. Thank you. We don't know the answers to the world any more than you do. I mean, we may, but if you want to know the meaning of life, let me know when you find out, because we're not going to necessarily give you grandiose information. A medium is speaking to spirits. And again, we have to raise our vibration and they have to lower theirs. So it can be very exhausting and it can be hard to get the information, because once I get it, I have to communicate it to you. And I'm human, so I may communicate it incorrectly. It is not unusual for a spirit to correct me. And that's fine. I love that. I always try to use their words, and if I get it wrong, they will correct me. So don't expect that, because if you're busy listening for a certain message that you want to hear, you're going to miss the ones that you need to hear. I've had that happen before with clients where they're so busy saying, I asked my dad if it was him. Hi, Christine. I've had people say, well, I asked my dad if it was him. He'd say the word sassafras. Now that's, obviously I'm making up the word, but they were so busy waiting to hear the word sassafras, they missed all the wonderful messages their dad had delivered. And so they were angry that, or disappointed, not angry, disappointed that they didn't get that message that they absolutely wanted. I've had clients who say, I want to hear from a certain spirit, and they don't hear from that spirit. Hi, Julie. Absolutely. Give me an email. I'd love to do a reading for you. So anyway, if you want to hear from a certain spirit and they don't come through, it's because a different spirit has the answers that you need and the messages that you need. Be open-minded to that. You'll really be glad you were, because you'll get wonderful messages. Oh, hi, Michelle. Oh, good question. For those of you who can't see the feed at the same time, she wants to know the difference between an effectiveness between a phone reading and in person. The main difference is on the phone, you can't see the cards if I'm using them, so I will explain them. And I'm happy to take pictures of any cards and layouts that I do and text them to you. But it's just as effective, because those spirits are going to find me no matter what. I get my messages with claircognizance first, which is clear knowing. And so it's in my mind. It's mind communication. So they're going to find me. I just know things about them. It doesn't matter if I'm on the phone with you or if I'm sitting in person with you. I also get the same smells, body pains, information like that, tastes, whether we're in person or not. It basically boils down to if a spirit wants to tell you something, they're going to get the information to you regardless of our connection in person or on the phone. I've had spirits who, there was one lady I read twice in a group and never got her mother, and that's the only person she really wanted to talk to, but everybody else was coming through for her that had passed away. And she was very disappointed after the second one, and I said, well, we'll talk about it on the phone. But she was going out of town. Well, about 2 weeks later, I misdialed my phone. I was in the car, and I have that favorites on Bluetooth, and I went to favorites, and I pushed my, actually it was my mom, and instead this woman, her phone number came up, and it started ringing, and she answered it right away. And I said, oh, well, as long as we're on the phone and I misdialed my phone, let's schedule something and to talk about your mom. And she said, okay. And I said, well, your mom says, and it started coming out. I had to actually pull over, and I sat on the phone with her for 30 minutes, and her mom had so many messages, things she needed to hear, that it kind of caught both of us off guard, because it was interesting that Mom hadn't spoken to her in 2 readings, but then all of a sudden it dialed a number that wasn't even in my favorites, that wasn't even listed. So they will find you when they're ready to talk. Trust me, it doesn't matter if we're in person or if I'm on the phone, driving down the street, in a Starbucks, which I do a lot of readings in Starbucks. I should buy stock probably. And it just, they're gonna get messages to you however they need to get it to you. Another thing was, and this was actually funny, I had a gentleman who called me. I'd never met him before. We met in person, and I read for him. And I have a policy that if I can't read you, I don't charge, or I reimburse you, a refund. So I read for him and did not get one thing right. It was really upsetting because I was getting very strong messages, very specific messages. So I didn't charge him, and I felt so bad I gave him a free coupon for a group reading with another medium and myself. We were doing one together. I wanted him to meet the other medium. So he shows up a week later, and he brings his best friend, and she walks up to me and says, everything you told him was specific, dead on for me. I was too afraid to come and meet you, and I was too afraid to have a reading. And so he went for himself, but then he got everything for me. And those spirits wanted to get a message to her. And if they have to do it through somebody else, they will. So I don't question weird things like this. They'll get it to you, whether we're on the phone or in person. Richard. Oh, Linda. This is going to be a little weird. I'm not sure how to put it. I'm seeing him, wow, I'm seeing him both in a suit, almost like a coworker, but I'm also seeing construction, like jeans casual. So, and I'm getting, I don't know if you can give me feedback, and that's what's difficult about these, but I'm getting an occasional smoker, and I think it may be marijuana. No judgment, it's legal here, what the heck. But it's a very sweet smell, so it's either marijuana or it's a sweet tobacco, and it's not necessarily everything. He wants me to ask you, why are you worrying so much about me? He was very ill, I'm feeling. Okay, this is where the empath part kicks in. Like I was telling you earlier, I get things, sorry, I'm leaning forward into the camera as I'm doing this because I'm getting a heavy chest feeling, a difficulty breathing, shallow breathing. I'm getting the nostril oh, I don't know now if this is Richard. Linda, call me. Let's talk about this. We can do a 15-minute quick phone call, or set it up, or we can text each other and I can do email reading with you. I am getting throat and breathing problems. I'm getting the nostrils with the oxygen. Okay. Wow. Let's talk on email or text for sure, Linda, because I'm getting mixed messages and I don't want to give them to you right here. So I'd rather keep that private. He wants you to know he's fine though, and he doesn't want you to worry about him so much. He says you worry about him too much. I'm trying to ask if Richard's in spirit. Yeah, I'm getting the symbol of the white cross. Boy, I'm getting mixed messages. Linda, let's talk. I would love to give you, 15 minutes on the phone and we can talk about Richard, but I don't want to say everything I'm getting on here. I hope that's okay with you. Definitely text me and we'll set up a time. And I'm not going to have a problem with it's not a reading where I'm giving you the 15 minutes. Don't worry about that. Let's talk about it. Trying to think what else about readings. Just have some fun and be open. John Edward, I read in his book once, he said people get so like it wasn't profound enough. My reading was about stories that my grandmother told when I was young. And it's just not the meaning of life. It's not profound. I didn't get all my answers. And he said, you spoke with your grandmother who has been dead for 10 years. And that's not profound? It's very profound. You're getting comfort, even in the most difficult situations. If you get comfort and knowledge that your loved ones are okay, that's wonderful. That's good. That's why I do this. That's why I love it, because it does help people, even in the worst situations. I've read for people who've lost children to suicide or, unfortunately, murder. And while it's difficult, it's brought peace to them. So that's why I do this. If they can sleep at night, if they can have some answers, and if they can know that their loved one is okay, it was worth every second. That's about it. If any of you guys on here have questions, again, Linda, don't forget, text me or email me. If you want to email me, it's sarahpagemedium, all one word, at gmail.com, sarahpaige, medium@gmail.com. Next, in 2 weeks, I'm going to talk about, and I'll do more readings, so if you have some questions for me, that'd be great. I would ask that you keep them so they're not too personal or not too in-depth, because I won't be able to read everybody too in-depthly, and it's not the same as like a private reading. So keep your questions. I'm definitely going to spend more time answering those questions, and I'm going to talk about the different symbols I get and the angel cards. Oh, Julie, hi. I'm glad. Hi, Ashley. Ashley, are you looking for, speaking of love, are you looking for, I'm getting a good romance right now. Oh, Michelle, you have great questions. Oh, I love this question. There's actually a book called Do My Spirits Watch Me in the Shower? No. They are always around you. They're around the ones that need you most, that need them most. Sometimes I'll have readings where mom's doing okay, but dad's a mess. So the child might be with dad a little bit more, or a mother passes away, one child. Okay, then Ashley, there's something going on really good. Sorry, I'm going to jump in and do this, but there's some renewed love because I'm getting woohoo in my left ear for you. As soon as you popped up, that's what I heard. So something good's going on, girl, so enjoy it. He may surprise you for Valentine's, but I am getting a definitely good vibes for you, honey, so enjoy it. Notice the little, I'm hearing, notice the little things he does. He will, there's touch, there's little actions. He's feeling amorous, I'm going to say that wrong. He's feeling like he appreciates you more. I think he had a scare of some sort. And I don't know if it was a scare from it was a friend who had either lost somebody or about to lose somebody, a love, and it scared him and it made him appreciate you. And he's feeling very lucky and very amorous. Go with it, girl, because I'm hearing woohoo in my left ear. I heard it again, so I don't know who this is, but take it and run, honey. Anyway, so, and I forgot where I was because the good stuff came through for Ashley. What they're doing. Okay. They will be with us when we need them most. They will give us messages or visit us in a dream when we need them most. They'll come give us a virtual hug. I like to use the word virtual because it feels virtual. And they let us know through songs, right, when we need to hear from them, or a whisper, or you'll hear your name, or you'll feel a hug. And that's how they let us know they're with us. Do they watch you in the shower? No. However, that being said, I did have, and some of you probably saw the post, I was in the shower, I got out of the shower, I put the towel around me, and I hear a male voice out loud, like I'm talking to you right now, say, "Hello, Sarah." And I about jumped out of my skin. Then I started laughing, and I thought, well, can't scare him for life because he's already lived. So anyway, that being said, they are around us, but I don't think he was gawking. They're not with you when you're getting dressed. They're not with you when you're making love with someone. They're not interfering with your life, but they are listening to your heart. So if you need them, they're there. They do respect your privacy and that you're on this earth still and that you need that privacy and respect. They were here too. So, Michelle, I hope that answered your questions. They do know what you're doing. So if you get a clear feeling to not speed, they're probably telling you there's a speed trap up ahead. That happens to me a lot. So if I hear don't speed, I don't. They do know what we're doing. And if they think we're walking down the wrong path or going in the wrong direction, they will shout at us. However, you have free will. You don't have to listen. That's the other thing as far as it goes. They can tell you you're going to have a baby in the future. They can tell you all sorts of things. And they may very well be true at the moment, but you have the choice and the free will to not listen, not take the advice, go against the advice, and do whatever you need for your life. And that needs to be respected, and it is respected. The angels won't step in. The spirits won't step in. You have to ask for help. Hi, Corey. Well, I'm glad you guys are liking my haircut. You're welcome, Michelle. Hey, Carmen. Oh, yeah, call me. I'm so glad you guys are liking the hair because it was really long. Let's just chat, girl chat here, since we're all here. And I went in and said, just take it up on the bottom a little. And this is already 2 weeks old, so it was a lot shorter. And it kind of freaked me out. And then I thought, the heck with it. Just be sassy and go with it. It grows. And I've been having fun. So I'm glad you guys like it. I was nervous about it. Anyway, definitely check back in 2 weeks. I will take more questions, so write them down, save them. I'll be happy to do it. Linda, if you're still on here, definitely give me an email or a text, and we'll get together on the phone and talk with Richard and see what's going on. Corey, talked to your mom the other night. Got a message for you as well. I'll text it to you. Trying to hear who's coming in from, hold on. This is for Carmen. If you're still there, I hope you're still there. Okay, this is Grandma on Dad's side. So this is your dad's mom. She's so proud of you. She says you've been doing extra steps for yourself to make yourself happy. She's loving and admiring your strength. And she's supporting you, but she hasn't stepped in. She says things have come, good, I'm glad. Things have come a little bit easier, even though you're working, they just seem to be falling in place. And she said you were kind of going here and there and going down the wrong path, but she was taking your shoulders and like turning you. And she knew you were going to make it. And she was this cheerleader almost screaming in your ear. She visited you in a dream once. This is what happens, by the way, when I read and a spirit talks. I start talking really fast. But she wants you to know she loves you. She's there for you. Keep talking to her. And this is kind of funny because it's not the kind of language I would hear from a grandmother, but she says, go get him, girl. No, go get him. Okay, go get him, young'un. I don't know why, but that's an example of when they correct me and I have to use their language. Anyway, Carmen, Grandma's with you. Don't worry about it. She's watching you. She's having a blast with you. So just like in life, she says, have fun. Okay, wait a minute. We opened the door and now there's some spirits coming through. Do any of you know a Kyle? I got the name Kyle, and it may even be a last name, or Kylie. Okay, they're talking, okay, is Kylie or Kyle in spirit? Yes. But I feel a male energy, so I'm not sure who this is. Ah, your daughter's best friend was Kyle. Okay. Has Kyle passed? Yes, they're saying yes. I'm hearing tell her I'm fine, I'm okay, it's kind of cool up here. I'm sorry I left her. I haven't forgotten you. I couldn't forget you, but I can't text from heaven, she says, and she's giving me thumbs. I can't text with my thumbs, so that to me is unusual. Will you give the message to her, please, Mom? That's what she's asking. Just tell her I couldn't forget her. Okay, there's a male behind her who just came in, and that's why I'm getting two energies. And the male, I think, is for Corey. So just a moment. I'm going to let Kyle finish. Hi, Maura. Tell her I'm good and I'll help her along the way. That's what I'm hearing. And she just said thanks. Oh my goodness, there's like a line of people. Okay. Okay, this is for Corey. He's tapping me on the shoulder. Corey, did I get somebody to tap me on the shoulder a lot before? I don't remember who that was. But he's a tapper. That makes me crazy. But it's okay. He's tapping me to get my attention. I want to say this is Grandpa again. And I'm getting evening pipe or evening smoke. So love that little boy. He just entertains him and cracks him up. You're doing a good job, but he says it's like trying to wrangle cowboys wrangling sheep or something. It's chaos. It's like you're trying to wrangle Jaeger, and you can't, because Jaeger's a free spirit. He's got his own mind, and he's going his own places. And this gentleman, it's Grandpa, he said it again, is having a blast watching you try, because he knows Jaeger's going to win. He loves you. God bless you over Disneyland. You know what I'm talking about. You're a saint, he said, because you kept your patience. And you know what I mean. I won't say any more than that. And he's laughing boisterously. He knows you know what he's talking about. He loves you. He's there for you. Don't forget to call. I love when they're smarty pantses or make some kind of, oh, he just kind of gave me a kiss on the head. I love that. He says you're a good egg. Great. I get to meet new people all the time. Okay, I am definitely, this could go on all night, so I apologize. We'll ask these people to come back in 2 weeks. Oh, and it's just in unison, we will. So in 2 weeks, I'll spend more time talking to spirits for you guys and see who they belong to. Okay, there's literally a line. Sorry, it's the best part of my my gift. I love meeting all these new people and getting to talk to them. So anyway, I adore all of you. I am so grateful that you guys joined in, because you guys bring me peace and you guys bring me joy, and I am grateful for all of you, and you make me comfortable when I'm doing this, so thank you. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks. And again, we'll be talking about symbols and the cards. And I'll actually pull some cards. You guys can ask questions, and I'll pull some cards for you guys, like a phone reading. And I'll show you the cards streaming, so you can see what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. So save your questions, and we'll go from there. You too, Maura. Thank you so much. Thanks, Letitia. Okay, okay, Joey and I can go all night, and we can talk. He's going, mwah, love you. Mama. He calls you Mama. You know that. Okay, I'm going to let Joey go, because he and I will joke and have fun and talk to you all night. So anyway, good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.